Hello there, and welcome to the Powerful on Purpose podcast. I have the amazing Acetra Russell with me here on today. I'm Dr. Tabatha Russell, and I am the CEO and founder of the Powerful on Purpose Summit. And it highlights speakers from around the country that are doing some amazing things. So today is no exception. We're going to jump right in and talk all about the amazingness that Miss Russell is doing to help to build those in and around her community as well as the world, right? Like she has no limitations. Miss Acetra Russell is the founder and CEO of Moving Mountains Ministry and the author of 100 Healed. It's a mother's journey of moving mountains to heal after death and divorce. She empowers women to navigate life's trials, holding a bachelor's degree in marketing, an associate degree in biblical studies, and a master's in organizational leadership. Her educational journey reflects her commitment to grow as a John Maxwell speaker and personal empowerment coach. Acetra combines wisdom and expertise. Her vision to unite women through sharing testimonies and revelations drives her mission. With a heart dedicated to guiding others through challenges, Acetra's transformative impact shines as she leads women towards healing and strength. When questioned about her qualifications as a mentor, coach, and speaker, Acetra points to her life's journey, having faced the loss of her mother, marriage, divorce, single parenthood, and the heart-wrenching loss of a child. Her experiences resonate powerfully. Acetra's story stands as a testament to her faith and inner strength, both of which are deeply rooted in her connection with God. Her lived wisdom and journey embody authenticity and resilience that speak volumes, making her a source of inspiration who all seek her guidance and hope. In all aspects of her life, Acetra embodies strength, resilience, and a genuine desire to make a difference, whether it is guiding teams towards success, coaching individuals on their personal journeys, or inspiring audiences from the stage. She leaves an indelible mark on the lives she touches. With her unwavering commitment to growth and transformation, Acetra is a true catalyst for positive change in the world. Her hopes and prayers are that God will allow her testimony to assist in the healing of others despite their age, nationality, status, or beliefs. Thank you so much. Welcome, 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 Mrs. Acetra Russell. How are you today?
I am doing great. I still can't get used to that introduction.
Let me tell you that is such an amazing bio, and I could not wait to have you to join me here on the Powerful on Purpose podcast, because just reading that and all that you've gone through, that it is just so inspiring to know that you're now taking that to help others. So tell us, we're going to jump right in here, right? Like, what made you decide to become a coach to help others?
It's a long, long journey, but it's just everything that I've been through. It's a special place in my heart to just speak to other women, to let them know that whatever you're going through, whatever trials and everything that you're going through, that you can go over those mountains. So what made me want to be a coach was just a desire to speak with other women. There's desire to help them heal their hearts also. So it's coaching, but it's also sharing a story to let people know that what you're going through, someone else is going through also. And one thing to help you get through that is to talking it out. So coaching is basically just having a conversation with someone, sharing your story with someone to just release that pain. So it's been placed in my heart just to help those women or young adults heal.
Absolutely. That in itself is so inspiring, because now you're using your experience to give back. But how does a person determine that they need a coach? Like, I think that that is huge. And just listening to all the stuff that you've been through, like, what was that defining moment for you that made you feel like, okay, I want to coach, but then how does a person now meet you halfway and decide that they need a coach?
You know what, Dr. Russell, that's a good question. You know, how do you know whether you need a coach or not? I think when you get to a point in your life when you have those question marks about where you should go next, or how you should live your life, or you're just stuck. You're stuck at a point where you don't know where else to go or how else to maneuver in life. That's when you need some assistance. And it's not anything bad about having a coach or wanting that help. It's to help you grow. So when you're at a point in your life where, you know what, I don't know what else I can do, or I know it's something special that I want to do. I know it's something that God has placed on my heart, but I just can't pinpoint it. And I don't know which direction to go or how to get it started. When you're questioning yourself about that, that means it's time to get someone else involved. I think we all need that personal coach, or we need that personal person in our lives just to help us make it to the next level. So when I thought about what I was doing, I knew in my heart what I wanted to do. I just didn't know how to get there. And that's when I thought, okay, maybe I need to take some courses. Maybe I need to speak to someone who's in that arena of what I want to do. Or maybe I just need to just sit down and sit back and let somebody tell me what to do. Coaching is not necessarily telling you what to do, but it's giving you those ideas of what you should do. So the person is a coach is listening to you, but they're listening to you talk. And as you're talking, you're working your way through your next level of life. So that's what I needed. I needed someone to help me work through that next level of life. And when I saw that, okay, here's an epiphany of what I want to do, and I'm sharing this with someone, maybe I can help someone else move to their next level as well. So that's where that journey started. That's where I decided, okay, I think I can help others, not necessarily with my story, but also help them figure out their story. And that's when I decided to take more courses. So I started a course with it's called Insight. I think it's called Insight. And I started that through my job, where my job paid for me to take those classes. And there's a community college, it's Everett Community College in Everett in Washington. And I started with that. And it was very profound because now I'm learning that coaching and being a therapist is two different things.
Mhm.
So what I had to learn was, okay, when you're coaching, you can't really give advice.
Mhm.
You can kind of course them through it,
Mhm.
but you're not really giving advice. You're more so listening. So the nurturer in me wanted to give advice also, because women are natural nurturers. So we're like
Mhm.
mom. So we kind
Right.
of want to tell you what to do. So when you're thinking about coaching, you can't really do that. You can't really tell somebody what to do, but
Mhm.
you can also listen, and you can kind of ask them questions to kind of direct them in the path that they need to go, or
Mhm.
they want to go. So
Mhm.
that was the start, going to Everett Community College. So I that wasn't enough for me. I'm
Mhm.
thinking, okay, I need to do something else. So
Mhm.
that's when I decided to get my master's degree in organizational leadership. It was close to what I wanted to do because I really wanted to go into Christian counseling. So it was close to it where my job would pay for it.
Mhm.
And but with organizational leadership, you're still listening.
Mhm.
But now you're taking it to another level because now you can help people in your arena who could be your peers, but you're also helping those managers and executives also by listening to
Mhm.
what they're saying.
Mhm.
Next in line from getting my master's degree was I had an opportunity to take some courses through the John Maxwell course, and that was really good also. I went to a conference, and just being around like-minded people who want to help others. So it gives you a desire because you see that there's others out there that not only need your help, but also want to provide that help. So that whole family of coaching is it's exciting for me, because not only did I receive help, but now I'm providing that help also. So it's kind of like giving back to the community, giving back to your people.
I love it. I love it. It definitely sounds like you've had a rich history of building yourself up to get ready for the whole coaching space and all of that. So what are your, or what are some of the things that you assist your clients with as you are helping them to now be the best version of themselves?
I call it healing the heart.
Mhm.
And I tie that in with my Moving Mountain Ministries. The word says, if you have faith as little as a mustard seed, you can tell your mountain to move.
Mhm.
So my whole platform is moving those mountains. And
Mhm.
the way you move those mountains is about healing your heart. So
Mhm.
what we dig in first is what's on your heart, what's breaking your heart. And
Mhm.
we take a look at that, and you express what's hurting your heart by
Mhm.
just sharing that. Once you're sharing that, that gets it out. So some of the things that I commend is not only talking about what's hurting your heart, but also acting upon it by writing it down, like journaling, acting upon it by talking about it, sharing it with others, acting upon it by seeking a coach or some type of counselor. So those are the sort of things that we talk about in our counseling session or our coaching session, is how to get started with healing your heart, digging into the deep of what's going on in your life and how you can come out of it.
I love it. I love it. That in itself, I believe that in your journey, getting in touch with who you are is very important, right? So, what I'm hearing though is that you have a structured program or course that you've put together. Tell us a little bit about that.
There's plenty of things that I do. I also have a vintage tea. Vintage tea is where a group of women get together and we share our stories with one another.
Mhm.
I like to call it vintage tea because I like to wear the little frou-frou dresses and all. We have tea, we have sandwiches and things like that. But it's also the coming together, because a lot of times we think we're alone
Mhm.
when we're going through our hurts. But when you're getting together with a group of women, a group of like-minded women, and you're sharing your story, you see that you're not only the only person that's going through the things that you're going through. So we share our stories, but not only do we share our stories, we also share the things that we do to move those mountains out of our way. So
Mhm.
that's one of the event that what I have. I also have the Healing Vision Board. The Healing Vision Board is it's a online event where we get together online and we talk about the things that help us heal. So we start off with our affirmation, with what we're healing from, and then we have words of affirmation. So on the board you have the 4 squares. One square you have what you're healing from, and then you have affirmations. These are affirmations that you can speak to yourself every day. Once we look at our affirmations, we take it into our what we want God to do for us. So these are a list of things that you want God to do in your life.
Mhm.
And then your next square is what you want to do for yourself. These are the
Mhm.
things that you want, your aspirations line up in that square. And then we have our 4th square, which is the final square, talking about what are you going to do to make sure that you're doing your affirmations, that you're speaking to God and asking God what you want, that you're looking at your aspirations and what is it going to take to make those aspirations come true. I love that one. That's my new one for 2024 is the Healing Vision Board. And I'm pretty excited about that one. So that one will probably follow me everywhere I go when I'm speaking.
I love, love, love it. You are really giving the tea on today, right? Like, I've had the opportunity to go to a few different teas, and I will tell you that that is definitely a great way to help people relax and to heal,
Yeah.
right? So putting on the dresses, getting the gloves out, putting the fascinators on, like the whole nine, right? Like I am all with it, pinky ready, right? So
Ready.
with that, I absolutely love that. So the vintage tea, you have the healing vision board, as well as am I hearing that you have a course?
I do. I do have a course. The course also stems from both events. This is something different. The course is online also. And the course, we just go through a 6-week step on how to heal your heart. So we discuss personal items. We discuss we is this course, you're very transparent. This course is where we let it all out. We can cry, we can give each other virtual hugs, we can pat each other on the back, the attaboy kind of thing. But the course also dives into healing. My whole platform is about healing. It's about healing the heart. It's about moving those mountains out your way. So there is a 6-week step on how to dig in and really move those mountains. The vision board is something fun for everyone, because sometimes we want to let our hair down, but also you're letting your hair down, but you're healing and you're learning. But the 6-week course is more in depth, of the steps we give. We provide scriptures on healing. We provide just background information on things that you can do to dig in deep, to really dig into healing your heart. I also have moving mountain movers in my book. So some of that is shared also in those 6-week courses.
Okay, awesome. I absolutely love that. Now, I know that you've had a long journey with getting here, right? I won't say a long journey, but a journey with getting to where you are today. For that person that is trying to think about what they should do next, what are some of the things that you've learned on your journey to getting to where you are today that could help somebody else?
You know what? That's a good question, Dr. Russell. One of the things that I've learned was to trust God. The second thing I learned was to be patient and wait on Him.
Mhm.
The third thing I learned was when He tells you to move, you need to move. You need to act swiftly. Because when God opens that door for you, things happen like that. It happens so fast. And it's a whirlwind of events. So sometimes you can feel overwhelmed, but as long as God has your back, you can move those mountains. So this has been a long journey for me. This journey started back in 2007 when I found out my daughter was diagnosed with cancer. So I didn't know then that this is the place that I would be in right now, with helping other women heal. And when we look at where we are now, you have to remember that when God places something on your heart, it may not happen the next day. It may happen 10 plus years later. You don't know. But what you need to do is make sure that you put yourself in position where when that happens, you're in the right position to get started. And I think that's what I did. God gave me the vision many, many years ago. I didn't think that vision was for me. I thought it was for our daughter. I really thought that she was going to be healed. But knowing now that that was for me, it was for me to be that 100% healed person. I knew that I was ready, but God wasn't ready.
Mm,
So I had to wait for Him to
mm,
be ready. And I
mm,
had to position myself. And that's what I felt like I did. I positioned myself and I prepared myself to be ready when God gave me the prize.
mhm,
Now I'm going through the prize.
mhm,
So the advice that I would give to those out there is wait on the Lord. Wait for Him to tell you to move. Because sometimes when you move prematurely,
mhm.
things don't happen your way. And it's not that it's not supposed to happen, it's just not supposed to happen right then.
That's right. That's right. It really does make a difference when we challenge ourselves, right? To sometimes wait, or sometimes just to be in the moment and to just experience whatever it is that we're going through right then. what I've learned is that sometimes we try to put the cart before the horse, meaning that we try to take that mountain all at one time instead of taking it step by step. And so with that, there's so much that we can glean from just experiencing the journey one step at a time. And so with that, it allows us to be built up as well as strengthened throughout the process. So I love the concept about moving mountains and that kind of stuff. So with that, what advice would you give to that person that says, okay, I'm ready to get started, but I don't know where to start? What advice would you give to them?
Ready to get started, but I don't know where to start. Need a coach. Call me. Yeah, the advice I would give is if you know what you want to do and you find someone else that's doing that same thing. Find out what did they do to get started. Help get some tips from them. Do your research to find out what you need to do, what do you need to study, where do you need to go. But it's always good to have that person you can pour into that can pour back into you to give you advice of where you need to go. A good coach is always someone that you can see to help you get to that level that you want to go to.
That is awesome. I definitely know that having a coach is beneficial. So, what was the deciding factor? Let me back up. Let's ask this question first. Do you have a coach?
I have people that pour into me.
Mhm.
I would like to say the person that talks to me right now coaches me. But I do have coaches, probably not official coaches, but I do have coaches that do pour into me, whether it's business, whether it's spiritual, whether it's financial. I look into plenty other videos and things that help me. I join other platforms where I can have people pour into me, where I can get tidbits from them and all. It's a coach needs a coach.
That's right. That's
Just
right.
because, people think that we're experts in what we do, but no, we grow because we have someone else pouring into us. You
Mhm.
always have to have someone pouring into you.
Absolutely. I agree. A coach definitely needs a coach. So what was the deciding moment for you though? I know that I can honestly say that it has been amazing watching you grow and for me as being your coach. However, the what was the deciding moment for you though that made you say, okay, enough is enough. I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna get a coach. What was that thing? Because you just gave advice on everybody else that's going through similar situations and how they need to call you, right? Like I agree, they definitely need to reach out. With that though, but what was your defining moment?
Dr. Russell, I didn't know what I was doing.
Mm,
Just like everyone else, it was on my heart of what I wanted to do, but I didn't know how to get there. I was lost. I
mhm,
was very lost in how to get these things started. How do I start and how do I do it right?
mhm,
Because I'm the type of person, if I'm going to do something, it
mhm,
has to be decent and it has to be in order.
mhm,
So I have to pray every day for God to pour people to find people that's supposed to be my community to
mhm,
pour into me to show me that I'm going in the right direction. So this has to be right. So
mhm,
I pray, I ask God to put those people in my place. And then I find that coach that can pour into me because I'm looking at you and I'm
mhm,
seeing that you're successful in what you're doing. I
mhm,
want that same success.
mhm,
So I need to know what you're doing. So
mhm,
this was my final decision. My
mhm.
final decision was to find a person that's successful in what they're doing. And I want to know what you're doing so I can emulate that.
I love it. I love it. I think that coaching in itself has the ability to change the landscape of how we view everything, right? Like a coach basically gives you the blueprint to follow on that journey to success. However, we got to be open enough to say, okay, you said step A is this, so I'm gonna follow step A. Oh, wait, now let me go to step B. Now let me go to step C, as opposed to getting the blueprint and say, okay, I'm gonna start at A and oh, let me jump over here to Z, right? Like we can skip some steps, and life is not where we can always skip steps, right? Like I agree that a coach helps you to accelerate the process, right? But your journey, a lot of times, is your journey. And so if we try to circumvent and skip those steps, sometimes we'll miss something valuable that we can pick up that's really going to help us.
I agree.
So,
You know, a part of it is also discipline. You
mhm,
have to have discipline. So when you do have a coach in your life, you need to listen.
mhm,
Evidently, they're doing something right, right?
mhm,
So it's that discipline that you have to know, okay, this is what I heard. This is what I need to do. And you have to be open to
mhm,
receive it.
mhm.
Because it's hard. It's hard sometimes to hear somebody tell you that you're not doing it right, right? That's hard. You're thinking you got it all together. And they're like, no, sister, you don't.
Right, right.
So it's just receiving.
Mhm,
So I had to be disciplined
mhm,
and making sure that the assignments that I receive, that I do those assignments, because that's the only way that I could be successful. But not
mm,
only did I have to be disciplined, I had to be open to listening to
mhm.
what was being told to me, and I had to receive it, because sometimes people can't accept constructive criticism, right?
I
You
agree.
have to know that this constructive criticism is good for you.
Right,
You
right.
know, so
I,
those
I
are the
agree.
things that I would say that a person who wants a coach need to keep in mind, that you have to be open to receive what's being said to you.
Oh, I love it. I absolutely love it. I can definitely say that you have far exceeded expectations
Oh,
with the whole coaching information. Like let's just think about this. Like a few short months, not even a year yet, and you went from being an exemplary employee to an exemplary coach, author, speaker. I mean, just doing so many major things, right? Owner of Moving Mountains Ministries, like that in itself is just um, what you would want as being a coach to see your clients do, right? Like my whole thought process around this whole coaching space is that I'm doing this because I want to see you win, right? Like I've done enough to where I'm okay. I could be okay with just continuing my path, put my head down, put my blinders on, and just do me. However, I believe that there's so much more out there that can be done. And like yourself, it has been such a massive benefit to be able to now pour into others. So, with that being said, let's talk about this book. Like, we haven't gotten into some stuff about the book. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. 100% healed. Tell us about the book.
listen, when I think about this book actually being completed, it warms my heart, because I'm still not believing it. You know,
Mhm.
something that God placed on my heart over 10 years ago is done. So it's like, what do you do next? Right. So 100% heal, a mother's journey of moving mountains to heal the heart after death and divorce. It's my story. It's my baby. It's what I lived,
Mhm.
and it's this story started out with me journaling in the hospital while my daughter was suffering from cancer. And it was supposed to be about her. This was supposed to be 100% healed.
Mhm.
Raven healed from cancer 100%.
Right.
You know, she had an astrocytoma glioma tumor, and we found out when she was 7 years old. So when God dropped in my spirit 100% healed, I'm like, oh yeah, my daughter's going to be healed. God is going to heal her. And we're going to tell her story.
Mhm.
Everybody's going to hear about it. She's going to be that miracle baby. And in 2009, she went on to be with God.
Mhm.
And I'm like, well, wait a minute. You said 100% heal, God.
Right.
So what's that all about? And he
Right.
was like, no, my daughter, that wasn't for her. That was
Mhm.
for you. That
Wow.
was for you to heal from her, from the hurt of losing her. That
Mhm.
was for you to heal from the hurt of going through a divorce. So this book, it tells about my childhood, all the bad dreams that I had, and how I think I was being prepared for war,
Mm.
and I was God warrior.
Mhm.
So it talks about my childhood, but the majority of it talks about Raven and her illness. There's a chapter in here talking about her illness from birth to death. And it's the longest chapter in the book because the book is really dedicated to her. But
Right.
it also tells about how I navigate through those hurts, how I went through the divorce, how I went through some of the trials that I went through in childhood, how I went through her death. And it also gives mountain movers to help others.
Mhm.
There are questions in there that are questioned, what are you doing to move your mountain?
Mhm.
And some suggestions about those mountains and how you can push them out the way. But I'm excited because yes, this started in 2007, but when I really picked it up,
Mhm.
it was finished in 2 months.
Right.
God was ready for me to finish this book and tell my
Right.
story in 2 months.
Right.
So
Mhm.
I'm really excited about it. I'm really excited. I pray that it helps. It's a blessing to
Mhm.
anyone who reads it. But it's out there now. It's out there on Amazon. You can search Acetra Russell and
Mhm.
you'll find it, or you can find it on my webpage, acetrarussell.com.
I absolutely love that, because I know that that was definitely a labor of love, and you putting that together. I mean, your book launch was so phenomenal, and well put together as well. So with that, I just know that there's just so much more to come, right? There's so many layers of things that you're doing. My words for this year is delayed gratification.
Amen.
Right. And the reason why I say delayed gratification is that sometimes going through that journey allows you to pick up the nuggets, allows you to get the gems and go through the experience. So that way, when you are ready, when the timing is right, now everything falls into place. And
Yes.
so, the unfortunate side of it is that you had to go through it.
Yeah.
You had to experience it. You had to have all those things. However, you mentioned something about a divorce. Now, let's not get it twisted because you have successfully transitioned that
Yes.
and are doing phenomenal, right? Yes, that's what I'm talking about. Yes. And even with that though, what words of wisdom will you leave with the listeners on today? Those that may have a long laundry list of things that they're going through,
Mhm.
what would you leave with them?
What would I leave for them today? What I want everyone to know that although you're going through your trials, and right now, when you're right in the trenches and you're feeling the hurt and you don't know how to dig your way out, you don't know how to get to that next level, just know that keep the faith that God is there with you. When you're down in those trenches, it's for a reason.
Mhm.
It's for a reason. And that reason may not be for you, but it may be for that person that's up there on that hill who's getting ready to go down in the trenches also, and they don't know what to do. You can tell that person what to do. So my advice to you is continue to pray, continue to keep your head up, continue to speak, share, continue to write it down. That's the part of healing that helps you move out of it faster. Continue to climb that mountain until you get to the top. I was down there in the trenches. I'm at the top now, and I thank God for it. If I can do it, you can do it. If I can heal from a death of a child, from the death of a divorce, from the death of my mom, then you can too.
Mhm.
There's someone out there that's sharing that story. So
Mhm.
I'm hoping that and praying that my story will help you heal.
I love it. I love it. So what's next for Acetra Russell and Moving Mountains Ministry, 100% healed. I mean, you have a lot going on. So what's next for you?
I do. So February 20th, I will be sharing my story with the Women of Destiny. It's a Facebook Live podcast event. It's aired at 7:00 p.m. That's on February 20th. And then Powerful on Purpose Summit in Columbia, South Carolina on February 24th. I had an opportunity to be one of the speakers last year. I'm one of the speakers again this year. The summit is in Columbia, South Carolina at the Gala event on Bush River Road on the 24th. Be there, be square. Get your tickets. Check out my Facebook page. Get your tickets. After that, I am in a Meet the Author and book signing event. It's called Books and Brunches. It's April 27th at 342 Liberty Street in Sumter, South Carolina. But this is the most exciting thing for me. I'm excited to announce that I am one of the 3 beautiful women that will be hosting our first women's conference titled The Power of We Conference. We educate, we impact, we empower. It's October 25th through the 27th at the Ridgecrest Conference Center in Black Mountain, North Carolina. I'll have information about the event on my Facebook page in the coming weeks.
I love it. I love it. That is so amazing with all the stuff that you have going on. Congratulations to all of it. I think it is absolutely amazing. Continue to keep going, because that is the way that we continue to succeed and experience the levels of success that God intends for us to have, right? So congratulations on that. How is it that people can connect with you?
You can reach me out to me on my webpage. It's acetrarussell.com, or Facebook, Acetra D. Russell, or Instagram at Acetra Russell. You can also purchase my book on my website, acetra.com or acetrarussell.com, or you can get it through Amazon. Just search Acetra Russell.
I absolutely love it. Thank you so much for joining me here on today on the Powerful on Purpose podcast, where we strive to help others live their best life. So thank you so much. And I look forward to having you on the show again. Take care.
Thank you. Thank you. You take care also.